times, but I'm looking for information about you. And so that's what I'm trying to look for when I zero in, when I read the application.
And then you guys did a great job what not to do. But I know there's always some statements that are made that you guys talk about, like, oh my God, did you read this? It's so amazing. So in your guys' offices, and this is not for you juniors to repeat again. Remember, it's your story, so everyone's story is unique. Where were the ones that just stood out to you like, I got it right?
It's hard to think of a specific one. Like it's definitely hard just because, you're going to see a lot of them. And it's hard to say like, this is one here that, we're passing around. We're saying this one's good. This one got it. But I think the ones that always stand out the most are always going to be the ones that essentially follow what we're asking students to write about, right? Kind of like this entire presentation, right? So answering that question, making sure to elaborate, what was the process, right? So in my mind, at least myself, I don't think I could pinpoint a very specific one unless I go into my files and I go looking for one. So I feel like I don't have the best answer for you all. Brian, is there one that you can offer up for everyone?
Yeah, I hate to say that because I don't want anyone to think, this is a standard format, that's a good one. Like Caesar was saying, the best ones are the ones where we're like, wow, that really fits the person it completed their application. Like, I really felt like I got to know this person through the words that they were talking about. And so whatever the circumstances were like, at the end, I was like, oh, I got a better understanding of their home life or their situation, why this is what it is. Or I got a better sense of, oh, wow, they're such a great and accomplished student in this way. And it really demonstrated it and they backed it up. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly it. And the reason we focus on so much of not it is because it's so common to see all the common mistakes and problems. Like I would go from this and say, because we are not the Common App, don't copy your Common App responses from other schools and just put it into a PIQ and make it fit. And that's what we've seen the most is that so many of these PIQs just do not match the question that's happening because you basically wrote one statement and try to make it fit for the Common App, which is asking for one thing, versus the UC application is designed for something else. And so when I say, I know it may be a little more work, but that's why we give you so much ample time is to kind of think through it and to kind of be deliberate and intentional about it. And that's where it actually helps you. You can absolutely copy your Common App one and just paste it in and, for the most part, good. But we read so many applications that we can totally recognize when that's happening. We're like, okay, student totally just copied from the Common App because it's not really answering the question and it just doesn't feel in the right context and it's not helping it. So the idea is that, again, the more personal you can make it and the more about the process that you've taken through it, that's the winners. Those are the ones that separate out from the beginning. It's because you're actually specific about you. You're not talking in generalities. You're not talking about, oh yeah, and we practiced this much time and we got the state championship. When I see like the we statements and stuff like that, again, I don't get the idea that this is you or how much you're involved in it. So I want to get back down to, okay, what was your personal involvement? What was the context of all those things that are happening? Maybe, for some people, understanding that maybe they have to get up at 4 a.m. to commute 2 hours to school and they can only do their homework at night or whatever it is. Like those types of situations are really helpful for me to understand, okay, these are the reason why, maybe you're not involved in activities or maybe the grades are different or maybe this is why you have to spend more time in an employment because maybe not, stuff at home is a struggle. So again, the more context you give us about those things, it really helps us understand who you are. So I know that's a long way to say we don't have any, surefire ones to talk about.
No, but it's great because it goes back to the point, it's that unique story and them saying that part and answer the question and don't add famous people's quotes. So they want to hear the quotes, which is from you, the student. So the last question is, what resources would you recommend for our audience? Because so many of them are like, I don't know how to start, or I got 20 people telling me to edit it. What are some resources that you recommend for everybody?
I'm going to go ahead and say, there are a lot of resources out there from students that they simply write, do stuff on YouTube where they'll post stuff about what they wrote on their PIQs. I got into X, Y, and Z, right? But, start it off from what we have to offer first, right? To make sure that you're getting the information directly from us. But a lot of those videos of people that just make their own videos about PIQs and stuff, actually pretty good for the most part. That's a good starting point.
Yeah, and I know several of you guys do webinars as well too through the year. So we had a sophomore presentation, and another UC colleague of yours said, "Yes, sign up as an inquiry list for the UCs." I can't believe there's so much. I don't know if you guys actually sleep. So let's try to have you have a little bit of sleep today, or you pile up on your coffee. But thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for helping our students just to jumpstart the UC PIQ question. Thank you for all you do. I know this is not just a job for you, but it's just making all our futures better through the UC system. Thank you so much. And thank you for our wonderful students and my great supportive colleagues. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for listening to SI Counseling Podcast, where we help our students strive to respond courageously to the opportunities and challenges of our time.